What is the worst physical pain you've ever experienced? Cluster headaches are sent straight from hell. They are not a headache. They are not a migraine. They are straight out of hell. Came here to say this, definitely felt that pain. Had them off and on for a few years, so excruciating I used to bang my head against things hoping it would stop. Had one once. My brother said he called my mom to pick me up from school once I started banging my head on the cafeteria table. I just remember white pain and vague impressions. Thankfully my mother gets bad migraines and had something to knock me out, and I woke up about a day later feeling fine. Never had one again, and I hope I never ever have to. I know exactly what you mean by white pain. Somehow perfect description that makes no sense really, haha. I'm just imagining your mother lovingly chloroforming you like, "Shh sweetie, it'll all be okay." Cluster headaches are straight from hell though. Tooth nerve pain. Ugh, again with the teeth stuff. Not looking forward to my dental appointment next Wednesday. As someone who had such severe dentistry anxiety that I neglected my teeth for the better part of a decade with massive active infections and holes in teeth so deep they went below my gums and half the tooth was broken off, and that I had to pay thousands of dollars extra out of pocket just to be put under and prescribed anti-anxiety meds to get into the office. It's nowhere near as bad as you think it will be. Trust me, getting your teeth taken care of will be one of the best things that's ever happened to you. It's such a huge relief to be able to, for example, eat crunchy foods and know it's not a piece of your tooth breaking off again, or to not be in extreme pain when an infection flares up. You'll do great. Also, if you're having surgery done, 400 mg ibuprofen plus 500 mg acetaminophen every 4 hours was effective enough that I had zero pain afterwards through the entire healing process. I got prescribed 2 weeks worth of Vicodin and ended up not taking any of it. Having a pinched nerve in my back, it makes you useless when it hits you. Threw my back out once inside a damn grocery store. Normal movement to grab something and collision whole shock through my body and I was stuck hunched over and it was the worst pain ever. It didn't ease up for about 45 minutes and was basically out of work all week. Wasn't able to fully feel recovered for almost a month or even 2. Sore and pinched nerve and limited light movements. Wouldn't wish it on anyone. That happened to me last week and I'm still recovering. It would take me 10 minutes to walk 5 steps to the bathroom and I'd cry because it was so painful to walk. I haven't been able to sit upright without pain for a week. I can only lie down or stand up. This is balls. I had my wisdom teeth out and developed a dry socket where the blood clot dislodged where one of the teeth was removed, exposing the bone and nerve endings. This caused incredible pain in the jaw and the entire half of head. After a couple of days, I called the oral surgeon and he said, "Come in," and he packed it with a piece of medicated gauze and the pain literally melted away, almost instantly. It was very strange. That pain was pretty bad. I have had appendicitis and an appendectomy, a hip replacement, and I was once burned on one arm and my face in a flash fire. None hurt as bad. When my wisdoms came out they warned me about this risk because of how large the holes were from having to cut away a little extra bone to remove 2. I was anal about following all the rules, no straws, no smoking. I tried so hard at not even breathing in through my mouth. Wouldn't you know, all 4 dislodged. I can still taste the spicy herbal flavor of the fucking packing material if I think about it. Broke my back when I was 18, don't recommend. Almost a year before I could walk again, which was better than what they expected. Haven't lived a day without pain since. Man, this is some serious pain. I can online imagine. Sorry you had that happen. Can I ask how it happened? A horse with a lot of problems, a fence post and some asshole kids with fireworks. In a way it was a good thing. I was never really a horse person but I was very good with them and a decent rider and that made me a fair amount of cash at 18. IUD placement. Pain widely varies per person, with some feeling nothing and others being at the top of the pain scale, me. It's absolutely absurd and inhumane that the normal pain management recommended by doctors is 800 milligrams of ibuprofen before you come in. That literally does nothing. I've had female doctors and gynecologists gaslight my pain or dismiss it. Don't even get me started on how rare it is to find someone that will do it under anesthesia, because I've called majority of clinics in my large democratic city and can't seem to find one. Even the medical professionals leave you in the dark with what the procedure entails, with many skipping any informed medical consent. That pinch they're talking about is a tenaculum forceps with extremely sharp ends that pierce into your cervix to hold it still during the insertion. Tell me why we can't even compare to the number of pain management men get for their vasectomy. Numbing the cervix with lidocaine gel, dilation pills for the cervix, etc. did nothing for me, and my most recent second insertion was the most traumatic and painful one yet because my cervix was spasming up from the gynecology trying to insert 5-6X and had to try with an ultrasound. Not sure I'm able to do another insertion after that horrific, brutal experience. I felt like I was a science experiment. I am so sorry you had to go through that. I was allowed my most recent IUD under sedation since it was deemed a medical necessity and I was referred to a hospital gyno team. I was also given the choice of local anesthetic, but the recovery would be longer, and I knew from previous experience that I completely fall asleep under sedation anyway. The whole thing was incredibly easy with no pain afterwards either. Since you're completely relaxed, they can take their time and be certain that the placement is correct. They can also use the opportunity to do a pap smear and take tissue samples if you need them. It's crazy to me that it isn't common practice for all women to be offered the procedure with anesthesia. Not to minimalize your pain or ordeal. Female procedures 50 years ago were pretty much the grin and bear it approach. Had IUD inserted, no numbing, not even an aspirin pre or post procedure. IUD was just taken out due to infection. Once again, no meds. Had a baby over 9 pounds, so forceps and the cut. Post, don't remember pain meds being offered, horrible menstrual cramps and my ovarian cancer, twice. Surgery was before pain blocks and surgery second surgery block. What a difference. I am glad women are asserting themselves and speaking up. Years ago we had no voice in our own health issues. Birth and IUD. I was 17 through 19 years of age at the mercy of male doctors. Keep on bringing forth your women's forum. Ovarian cyst. It's hard to describe the pain, but it's like being stabbed with a knife in the abdomen and someone is constantly stabbing and twisting the knife in you. I was in so much pain I started to vomit, so I laid in the tub. I could barely move, and I figured at least then if I continued to throw up, at least I didn't have to move. It hurt to be in any position other than a fetal position, and I couldn't sleep, couldn't eat, couldn't move. Eventually I had my brother take me to the hospital and they gave me muscle relaxers and pain meds, which was the only thing that dulled the pain. I tried taking OTC pain relievers with no success. I also had one that ruptured. Experiencing pain like that genuinely felt like it unlocked a new part of my brain or something. The whole thing felt like a dream afterwards, like I almost couldn't believe it happened.